G2 a lot recently has been very sloppy, but they performed a little bit better than I was expecting of them on the major. But they still ended up not performing good enough for NA, unfortunately. Wow. Seiko's huge here. Pass out to Chicago, has to fake it, little overstep. Tries to bump him, Atomic forces, JNAP's Atomic is shadowing a dead ball. That's not on net. You just gotta make him throw it away. I feel like he could have just stayed lateral like this and then recut in, or like reversed and then engaged. I don't know. Like, there's so much that he could have done here to some level. I just feel like this is such... He's shadowing a dead ball. Like, he could have literally just stood here. And he'd literally get a 50 against Seiko if he just stood here. And then JNAPS, though, is really slow to this. What's JNAPS doing? Honestly, it's a little easier said than done for JNAPS here, but again, I'm just going to point out what I did for Finale. Grab the 12 here instead, isolate, turn in with more momentum. Then with that momentum, he's just already cutting off that shot a little bit quicker. It's just a much smoother line. I'm pretty sure he gets that. But yeah, I would say this is big on Atomic. Outside of that, their extension pass here is not very strong. JNAPS didn't isolate third very well. Again. So it's like JNAPS here pre-flipping across over the center line here, rather than just isolating, letting Rise and Chicago force this 50. Then when it spills out, he could be past this up to Chicago, but instead he has to get an awkward clear. Where it's like, this could just be a really simple clear to Chicago instead. Isolate to 12 over here. Chill. Big. Up. Intercepted, right? Pass this out behind Monkey Moon over here in this corner. Here's our big Chicago. Here's Chicago here for our pass. This is a much better possession for Chicago. Seiko can't really intercept that. Monkey Moon would have to cut this, which is fine because if he cuts and throws it away, it's right where JNAPS is landing, and JNAPS gets the next engagement anyway, right? So much stronger overall play here for them if they just isolate that third from JNAPS. But instead, he then makes a big clear out the midfield. Chicago may not have the boost to reach this. He does. Man, their boost management, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they keep, like, these NA teams keep on shocking me on their boost manager right now. And they could be just be making better passes. They have the boost to do so much here. So, like, they just gave Seiko the challenge. That's all they really did with that clear. At least Chicago forced the drop. But, yeah, it's a mess after that. I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, just a mess. Seiko did a really good job with this catch and his chip around JNAPS as well. But, like, they should have gotten the low 50 with Atomic because that was a dead ball once Seiko touched it. Because even if he did chase it, he'd be pinching against the side, which just gives the JNAPS a free ball anyway. And then if he drops it, that's where Atomic needs to be. On the other side of it, JNAPS could have taken a better line to get momentum into it and got the guarantee. Either way, they get a massive play on Chicago right here. Little demo pressure on his extension, cuts in, gets a beat, puts it on net. What a great shot. Maybe a good shot. It might have been able to be better. 36. Nah, that's pretty close to great. 36 boost there. That's a dub. That's a dub. That's a dub of a shot. Great shot by Chicago here. Cuts back in and then gets a bit of a pass back to Atomic. Honestly, I would love to see Atomic a little more chill, like out here, and then we can pass harder right here to give him an easier shot, an easier pass to keep away from Rise. Because like right now, BDS is bundled in net. I'm not gonna say that G2 scored this because BDS fucked up, but G2 scores because BDS fucked up. Because like let's take this midfield pressure. Rise is just bailing back to net with Seiko's already there kind of thing, where it's awkward. If Rise just took his time here and just like stayed in the midfield, he could be 50ing Atomic. You know what I mean? Like this could be 50. Rise just went to net for like no reason. You know, it was a goal or it wasn't. There's nothing Rise could have done there anyway. So like Rise could have just like should have just chilled. He just did the Appjack thing, and then like if he just chilled, he's intercepting Chicago too. So Chicago did a great job with extension pressure to punish Rise. This is really solid awareness right here. This is a big play by Chicago. This is massive. Chicago did a great job here. Atomic's a little aggressive, but the pass is still viable, and they get the shot, so it's all good. But I'd like to see Atomic a little bit more casual here, so he can come in with one straight line and have a much better shot power here in general, and it make it easier for accuracy too. Because like change his U-turn into just one casual turn right here with a simple shot. Rise is chasing it though, so you have to be faster. So the quickness is definitely important. Yeah, honestly, I feel like Rise should be on this like either way, so much quicker. But like they get the punishment here. It's high risk, high reward kind of thing. At the current ratio, they're 1-to-1 for their highest high reward. They gave up a goal earlier for high risk positioning or high risk options from JNAPS. Now they're getting the result from it from Atomic. So, I mean, there's reward here at least. 1 second goal, very risky. I don't like the way they did that strategy to take up until that first second to get their reward for it. But then they get kickoff pressure high. JDAPS waits for Rise touch, gets the read, forces it wide. Atomic goes wall for Seiko, reads him off the ceiling. He's huge. Atomic just read this. Wow. And then Monkey Moon fucked up hard. He's almost got the right ID. He's so close. Just a perspective here. He's coming in hot. Really hot. You know what I mean? Full speed. Literally had speed lines right here. Just changed the speed right now. It's going slow. And he stays slow. And he's going even slower. Why come in that hot to go that slow? Just to put the shot behind you, basically. Or to put the play behind you. Why do that? He's so close. I like that he's taking his time. He's not just rushing in and shoving himself into the near post like this and just being awkward for a Atomic to shoot behind him. He's not dumb, right? He's so close. All he's got to do is keep momentum a little bit longer to these 12s so he can turn in on the Atomic jump here and then just have the Atomic shot in front of him. This is such an easy save. It is mind-boggling to me that he doesn't get this save. At least he wasn't near posting, I guess, you know? So, from what we're seeing here, G2 played really good on their punishments, but BDS is playing bad in that game. They're playing significantly bad. How did they lose? 3-2. So this next game, or it's still a close game, 1 goal difference. But BDS win this with a 1 goal difference. Wow, kickoff goal, looks like. Really early goal here. JDAPS, okay, and then Rise. They keep the long-term extension on Seiko. Good demo. Wow, that trade. I think Seiko might have still had the goal even if Atomic didn't get demoed by Monkey Moon here. Let me just paste this. We're gonna give a quick check. Let's say Atomic is going full speed just for the sake of it. Yeah, it's a goal either way. So, really, this is the problem. How did Chicago get up there? He was the cheat. Oh, wow. Okay, let's say he just bails starting from here for the crossover. 12, 12, 12. Demo. He might be able to demo Seiko here. Tough. Tough. What a great read on Rise. They're literally just outpaced right now. Completely outpaced. This kickoff is, like, the cheat is just so much to BDS's favor here. With Monkey Moon on the shot. Atomic could have just left straight back right now to allow Jams to solo, and then 12-12. And then this is their best chance if Atomic went back, and then he can intercept this. That's, like, their best chance right now. But, like, for them to read that when JNAPS is supposed to have free possession there is, like, it's not what you'd expect at this level. Because JNAPS literally has this free save. And he just dives it. Like, he couldn't get possession. Arguably, he could have gotten possession, but he couldn't get possession, right? So, instead of him just, like, getting behind Monkey Moon, isolating, giving Rise the touch, and then countering Rise, he dives it as if someone's behind him, but he knows he's last back. After that, once you realize you hit it way too hard, he should have isolated and give Rise that touch, and then played for the force. Because even if he forced this midfield, right, it's a trade, and then Seiko's way out wide, so Chicago still has a chance. Or at least Seiko's going to wrap in, and then Chicago has a chance to get behind him, and then save this here, right? So, like, he just dove this for, like, no reason here. I'm just going to, like, okay. This is, like, the #1 thing that I always tell people not to do, is, like, to pre-flip his third and push up aggressively like this is third. I'm just going to, like, Chicago's looking at me, he's like, oh, shit. JNAP's going to get a breakaway hit. He's going to bang this downfield. I got to show up there before the ball does. I just got to get up there. I got to get up there. Chicago did nothing by pre-flipping forward and showing up here. All he did was put himself facing here awkwardly if Seiko got the interception, so Seiko would get a free goal. That's all he did. He made it harder for himself to cover the Seiko touch. And then he realizes that probably, so he slows down again and tries to turn into it. Just that way Atomic could get the free goal. Chicago did nothing. He could have just casually drove up, guaranteed 100 boost somewhere along the way. He's covering Seiko now. And then we're still good. We're still good. So, like, why? Why would he do that? Anyway, awesome pass upfield, good extension on Atomic. A little bit of double pressure there, keeping the net open kind of deal. That's a great extension path play. I don't know Chicago's third, but like overall JNAPs and Atomic play there, where Atomic forces for JNAPs to pass up to him. Phenomenal overall choice there. Good pass. That was a really strong offensive play from them. JNAPs here. The pacing actually are pretty good with JNAPs. And then because Chicago's landing backward and is awkward, JNAPs played the pitch into net and then turned to second, so I'm going to have the immediate pass. And I'm actually very okay with this, just because JNAPs covered the shot first and then transitioned into second. So this is fine. I'm actually very okay with this. Can you see that's a free touch? Yeah, it's definitely a free touch. Okay, I'm okay with Chicago flipping up to this one. I'm not okay with how aggressive he is here, but like, it's fine. The biggest thing, like, if Rise gets the save, it's going to go to Seiko here. It's going to go up, and from here is a lot harder to defend than from here. You know what I mean? I just would prefer this with their play rather than him doing this. That way, if they try to get an immediate clear or throwaway, he's up and he's intercepting it, or he's wrapping and getting it, rather than chasing it back into his own corner where they can just punish it. Either way, good offensive play by JNAPS and Atomic again. Awesome on them there. Yeah, so this goes back to what I was talking about in the last game, I think, where it's like, here's our near posting third with JNAPS, and if he just chilled and put a full isolation, this isn't even really a dangerous play. This is so easy. It's just not even dangerous. It's just chilling. Seiko gets the hit, and then he's up. And then, like, it's just not even dangerous. Like, there's, like, the point it got to that, and that was a goal, is unbelievable to me. Like, Monkey Moon should have been dusted. There should have been no chance for a fake. There should have been no chance of any of that. It should have just been dusted. JDAP should have just intercepted this. And all he had to do was when he went here, was to drive out to this 12, drive around, play for this touch, up, intercept. Third, extension, replace Atomic here, pass up, open goal. Just pointing that out. Good demo. Wow. Completely outpaced. Wow. Completely dusted. He wasn't even confident with his aerial. They skipped extension on JNAPs too. So, like, the biggest thing here that gets me is, like, they could easily just have JNAPs push in the midfield here for Atomic bang to then force, and then have Chicago isolated. And, like, Chicago gets this ball way earlier on the other bit. So, like, let's just say Chicago stays third instead. And just chills. Waits for the overall 50. Up. I'm just saying, he dusts Seiko. It's not even a competition. Dusts it if they just keep third and just have JNAPs extend instead. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they did this.